Okay guys, after a few adjustments on our Trophy Ridge React 1 sight here, I'm trying to shoot from 20 yards to 90 yards. And that's that. So let's see where we're shooting at now. And we'll start at 30 yards. And I may just need some new arrows too. So. All right, that one looked like it went pretty vertical toward the target. Looked like it might have shot an inch or two high above the bullseye, and the bullseye is 1.5 inches. The Stinger Extreme bow here has a back wall, or a backstop, and it's like a brick wall almost. So you should not be shooting high or low. You should be hitting pretty horizontal, pretty good. And adjust your sight down to the next marker, which is 40. Make sure you have it on 40. And another thing is, like, this is my 40-yard flag. I don't need to be standing here when I shoot 40 yards or standing over here when I shoot 40 yards. I need to be standing on this line, so I'm exactly at 40 yards. That's a mistake that you can make too. I hear somebody racing. Sound like a pickup truck. Okay, that one looked like it went center vertically perfect on the target at 40 yards. Now we're at 50 yards. My fletching is chewed up there a little bit from an arrow going through it. Ask how. Well, it got kind of folded up as it went in, and that arrow hit it just right, trying to split it, I guess. So I'm at 50 yards. 20, 30, 40. Always make sure that you adjust your sight. I've been shooting this single pin sight. First time I've ever shot it was, I don't know, a few weeks ago when I bought this single pin. But it's a little different getting used to adjusting it, but it's a lot of fun, and I really, really like the sight a lot. And I couldn't track that when the sun's in my eye a little bit. So we've shot what, 30, 40, 50. Or 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 30, 40, 50 yards. And let me get up my pen so I make sure that I got this right. 30, 40, 50, 60 will be arrow number 12, 70, 80 will be arrow number 11, 90 will be arrow number 9. So arrow number 12 for 60 yards here. And we'll adjust our sight down. I got a little gray mark right here. I don't know if you can see it, where 60 is. That's kind of my dividing line. All right, let's practice on form here. I can see my, I need to adjust my D-loop as far as it's flipped a little bit. This string is pre-stretched, but it's stretching just a little bit. Because it's a brand new string. I just put it on yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. All right, 60 yards, arrow number 12 at 60. Arrow number 12 at 60, aimed about 2 inches to the right, and it seemed like it went perfectly straight. Okay, we're at 70 yards now. And this is where I really begin to tell. I didn't really hear that one hit unless it went to the left a little bit. At 70 yards, that target is 16 inches wide, and so I know it's going to go to the left a tad. So arrow number 11 will be the second 70-yard shot. We hit it, but the string tapped my arm. And I might have had a tad of influence on it. You probably say, why don't you have an arm guard? Well, arm guard, if the string hits my arm, it's usually very light. If you have the right technique, you don't really have to have an arm guard. It makes good sense to have one. I'm not arguing that. But I like to feel that arrow hit my arm. That way I know that I did something wrong on my form. So arrow number 10 is 80 yards. Our sight will only go down to 82 yards. I'm putting it at 80. And I'm trying to release on my sight picture with my pin sight like dead center of that 16-inch target. I need to get a little closer here. Okay. Okay. That one hit the target. I heard it hit. So, in case you're wondering, we're at 90 yards. I think I know where to shoot at 90, hopefully. Because my sight's only going to 82 yards. And that's it. So I got to aim about 16 inches high. So we'll see where we hit at 16 inches high on 90 yards. And if you're wondering, this, I set the bow after I put the string on it. I set the bow to 62 pounds. Oh, it goes up to 70. I set it to 62 pounds. I adjusted my peep sight, tuned the bow, got my arrow perfect. It's a drop down rest, so that's why it's laying on the rest itself. And 62 pounds, 28-inch draw. Chronograph shows it shooting at 239 to 245 feet per second. Okay, so that's where we're at with the Extreme bow. In case you're wondering, at this 90-yard shot right here. Okay. All right, well, I'm pretty sure I heard it hit. It did tap my arm again, just barely. But what I'm trying to do too is that when I release, I want my bow to go forward like that. Okay? Because sometimes when you release, your bow goes this way or that way. That's torquing. That's a problem. So I'm trying to make sure that it releases, and I got my grip kind of like a 45 on my knuckles, like this right here, and I point my thumb at the target. And remember, if you're shooting, especially 50 yards out to 100, if your limb here is tilted a little bit, and that's exaggerating there, but if it's tilted a little bit, your arrow's going to go that way. If it's tilted this way, your arrow's going to go that way. So it's critical that it's completely vertical. And even if your sight bubble, you can't see it probably, sight bubble right here shows it's perfectly straight, that doesn't mean a whole lot, because on your third axis adjustment, you have to have the bowstring pulled all the way back, and you don't go by that bubble in your sight housing, because this is what we got. So let's see how we did. Yeah, I got my ruler. All right, arrow number 3 right here. 3 is here, 3 goes right there, and I shot directly above the bullseye. It's a 1.5 inch bullseye, so I'm about 1 inch above the bullseye center arrow. Okay, at 30 yards. And then 40 yards, I don't know what happened at 40, but this is 40 right here. Arrow number 4 is numbered. It's perfectly horizontal with the bullseye, but I shot 3 inches to the right of the bullseye, and that can happen torquing it or not paying attention. So that's 40. And then this is arrow number 5 right here. Number 5 is 50 yards. So 40 is 40, number 4 arrow is 40 yards, 5 is 50. And at 50 yards, we're about 2 inches above the bullseye at 50 yards. So that's pretty good right there to me. For me, let's say it's for me, okay. And then arrow number 12 is 60 yards. Okay, this is arrow number 12. And this is 60 yards. And at 60 yards, we are 1/2 inch below the bullseye at 60. So 60, 30, 50 right here. It's pretty good. 40, a little off to the right. You always got a flyer, don't you? Always got a flyer. And then arrow number 11 is 80 yards. And I don't know what happened with 8. This is arrow number 11 right here. And we shot, what is that, 5 inches? Let's see. That's about 5 inches from the bullseye. And arrow number 11 is 70 yards. Because when I shot arrow number 7 for 70, this is where I hit over here. I know I missed it. It shot to the right. That might not have been too terribly bad, but then I tried to make up for it by shooting arrow number 11. And arrow number 11, I didn't shoot low, I shot a little bit high. And I'm about 3.5 inches high on arrow number 11, but I shot to the left, and that gives me about 5 inches from the bullseye with 70 yards. So then I shot arrow number 8 for 80 yards. At 80 yards, this is arrow number 10 for 80. And arrow number 10, 3 inches from the bullseye at 80 yards for arrow number 10. So we go to Now my sight goes to 82 yards, so I mean I had 80 on there, all right. So now I go to 90 yards. Now 90 yards, I don't have a sight for that. My sight goes to 82. I'm trying to shoot 90. So what am I aiming at? I'm aiming, this target is like 16 inches tall. I'm just like setting a target on top of here, which is about right here. So I'm aiming right here at the top of this hay. And, you know, right here. So at 90 yards, that's what I'm aiming at. Try to make up for the difference. So my number 9 90-yard arrow hit right here. And the good thing about this shot right here is that it is perfectly vertical. That's this one here. It is almost perfectly vertical with the red bullseye at 90 yards. See that? So that's a really good shot as far as being vertical. Now I missed the bullseye by looks like 3 inches. So I shot 3 inches below the bullseye. So that's pretty good. You know, that's luck too, I grant you. But it shot vertical at 90, so that's good right there, because I wasn't making any allowances on that. I was shooting again at the very top of the wheat hay here. So 3 inches at 90 yards with no real sight, and that drop is what? Let's see what this drop is going to be. That's about 28-inch drop. So that arrow dropped 28 inches to where it hit at. So I'm probably not going to get much better than that on that 90 yard. I mean, I can try to aim 4 inches higher. Yeah, that's 3 inches though. 3 inches on that. Okay, so for me, not me, probably not you, but for me, this is not bad. Again, 50 yard, 30 yard, 60 yard, 90 yard. At least all those are vertical. 40 shot off to the right a little bit for some reason. And then 70, I see this was 70 yard here, but my other 70 yard missed the target over there, shot to the right for some reason. And number 10 was 80 yards, right? Yeah, so this was 80 yards. 80 yards is not really, this is the problem I was working on. We got about 2.5 inch vertical pattern here from 30 yards to 90 yards right here. So I won't get any better than that. I just shot this one off and I shot 4 off, but I mean, that's the joy of archery. So that's not bad for me. So I think I adjusted my center shot because I was shooting off over here. And I don't know what happened with that, but anyway, I got it adjusted now. I think that should be perfect right there. When you can get 30 to 90 yards pretty much in a 2 inch, you know, width right here down. So, all right, sun's going down. Thanks for watching, guys. Gary J.